Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? It's your girl, Nonu Nico, and y'all about to listen to part 2 of the interview that we did with Thalys Pontes. Thalys is not only the #1 ranked brown belt, but he is also now the 2022 brown belt world champion, and he got his black belt on the podium from Cicero Costa. In this episode, you're going to find out why Thalys left home to go train with Cicero in the first place, and what's kept him from going back to home. Sorry, y'all. What's kept him from going back to home all of these years? So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, but I had that faith because in my life, like I always say, like I come from nothing, and go back to nothing for me is kind of like go back home, you know. So I always gonna be comfortable going back to nothing because I know I can build up. Like come from where I come from, nothing that you put me here in America will gonna be uncomfortable.
Tim had this question. You remember?
Which question? I had so many.
Why did you never go home? I said he was homeless for a long time.
Yeah.
And he was like, why did you never go home? And I said that, like, and we didn't talk about this. Why did you leave Ribeirão Preto? Like, where are you from and why did you leave? Like, so I guess now would be a good time. Like, why did you leave home and why could you never go back? Because a lot of Americans don't understand that. And like, they'll like look at your life and look at your Instagram and think that you're a playboy.
Yeah, that's true. Basically, like my entire childhood was very intense in so much crazy stuff, and then the way that I grown, it's basically like everybody who come from favela, like when you open the door of your house, you always are gonna see the crime, you always are gonna see bad stuffs, you know, that it's not good for your soul. So for me, every time when I think about Thalys from 15 years to behind, from the Thalys from 15 years to above, I always think that it's two completely different person, because every day I go back to the same thing, especially when after I teach the morning class here, I go home and then I eat like a very big plate of food. And then I see like everything I have here in America, I be like, man, I'm in heaven. But in my home, in my city, where I come from, where I born, like I cannot be happy to live in one situation that I don't progress, you know? In Brazil, I feel it's very impossible to progress, especially if you be like in one situation. Example, if you come from favela, if you come from a periferia, everything what you look in front of you, most of the time we're gonna drive you towards a bad way, which for people in Brazil, what is ugly is beautiful. People in my age, in my generation, like I grown up with this. This is not a statistic. This is life experience. 1 to 100 of my friends that rise with me until 15, probably today it's like 30 to 40 of them it's alive. And probably from 40 alive, 15 to 20 it's in the jail, you know? So I grown up in this environment. I grown up like one thing from here in America, like here I don't see nobody talk about jail, that went to visit the parents in the jail, went to you know, like I don't see this type of stuff here in America. I don't see the like in Brazil, every corner of street have one with the people call biqueira, but it's kind of like a store where people sell drugs, you know? And then you see kids like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old in the streets selling drugs. And then you see people, more adults, going there to use crack, cocaine, all those type of stuff. It's something natural to them. It's normal to them. It's something like go steal somebody. It's something natural to them. It's normal to them. It's beautiful to the young people, to the teenagers. It's beautiful to steal somebody. It's beautiful to do bad, you know? So I need to change. And then I decide to change. And when I decide to change, jiu-jitsu helped me with that, because I was like, with jiu-jitsu, I can make my mom proud when I win. With jiu-jitsu, when I do something good with jiu-jitsu, I can make my mom happy. And then I think the end of this history can be much better. And then I saw a light with jiu-jitsu, and then I just focus 100% in jiu-jitsu. And go back to Brazil for me never was a option, because if I go back to Brazil, I'm gonna go back to my city. And then if I go back to my city, I'm gonna see just bad stuff, just that like, it's not nice. And then I was like, I can never make my mom happy. I'm being in Brazil, because I always gonna do bad stuffs. I need to go to a place that I can focus and do good stuffs. And then I just focus in jiu-jitsu. That's why you always see me doing jiu-jitsu. I don't go party. I don't do nothing outside of jiu-jitsu, because I always try to keep my mind concentrate in something good. And then I always focus in open the school, because I know if I open the school, I'm gonna do something good, I'm gonna do good for people. I'm gonna do good for myself. I'm gonna do good for my mom. And I'm gonna change the history. I'm gonna change the history for my whole family, which I already did. That is, in my family, we had so big family. My grandma, she had 15 kids.
15 kids?
Yeah.
Wow.
My grandma,
Dang.
she had 15
Wait,
kids.
Tim, you're an only kid.
Yeah.
It's your only child. Wow.
Mhm.
I have one half brother, and you have. Wait, that's your grandmother. So that gives you. Wait, what are those? Aunts
Cousins.
and uncles?
Uncles and
Your
aunts.
grandmother. You
Uncles
say
and
your
aunts.
grandmother, the uncles and aunts. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters do you have, Thalys?
From my mom, just me, because my mom, when she had me, she was in a bad relationship, and then she had me, and then she tried to take it out me from her, and then I end up burning, fighting with all the stuff, and then I end up burning. And then when I burned, she was no longer with the guy who made me never again, because was a bad relationship for her. So I was a fighter since before I burned already.
Okay.
And then was like that. So my mom raised me alone, and my grandma, she had 15 kids. So from my mom, I had only me. And then my mom kind of like cut everything. Like, she never be with a man after I born until I be probably like 7 years old. She was like close, because the guy who made me hurt her too much.
Gotcha. So that it kind of explains, like, because Tim was really like, because I was like, he's just been like traveling around until he opened the school. Basically, I don't think he's had a home since he left. And Tim was like, why? And it's like, I think it's hard for people in America to really understand, because there's some people like you or Eduardo Hoque, or people athletes that people don't realize come from like the favela or these circumstances where they're really fighting and they're traveling like to look for a career and a way to support themselves, because there really is nothing. If you go back, like Eduardo, like his home, he's from Rio, and when they had all those floods and everything, like his mom's home got destroyed. So it was like he either stayed here on like the farm that he was living on, or like he didn't have a place to go back to. And people don't really appreciate that, like social projects like Cicero Costa that take in like talented athletes. Like, that is how you got out of the town in the first place, starting at one place and being able to go use jiu-jitsu as a vehicle to get to a different place. It's really awesome.
Yeah, basically, Nico, it's just like blessed peoples in the world. 1 to 100 probably is always gonna be one, like, people don't want to see how hard you work. People don't want to see how magnificent was your history. They just want to see like the diamonds and golds, and stuff like that. That's one thing I always try to keep on mind when I have people like you, that I was like nobody, and you was like, oh yeah, come here, let me help you with one article in Favela Jiu-Jitsu. I was like, wow, that is magnificent. That's big, So like people like you, like Tim, and it's very hard to meet people like that in the world, I feels like. But thanks God always put great people in my life. And I feel like, I don't believe in lucky, but I feel that God blessed me so much with a lot of people to help me to get here where I am today,
Mm-hmm. And we're going to be talking about, now we're going into like part 2 kind of thing of this. We've been talking to you for a while. So did I have another question first? No. What year did you open the academy then?
This year.
This year. It was only
Wow.
this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Second
My
thing.
school, no, this year. No, it was last year. Sorry. I mixed the dates. I opened in July 31st.
Wow.
What year?
So last year. So less than a year. You've been open for less than a year.
Okay, this has nothing to do with the interview. Who runs your social media? Because your social media on point. The branding and everything.
And your website.
Really? Yeah. You do all those social media posts and like those little blue frames on everything? That's you?
Yes, I do in Canva.
Can we hire you? I'm not laughing.
No, I'm dead serious.
Have you seen his business page? It's like tap. All right. So we going into like part 2. We want to talk about, all right, yo, this is this homeless dude. What year did you learn English is the second thing, because the interviews that I have on Favela Jiu-Jitsu, y'all better go watch them, get them views up, but y'all have to read the subtitles because he didn't speak English when I interviewed him then. When did you?
I never studied English. I just learned, and I think my English is getting better, especially right now with the jiu-jitsu classes.
What do you mean you think? We're 45 minutes into an interview, baby. Your English is perfect.
Yeah, it's incredible. Way better than
I
my
think
Portuguese.
my English is good. And Tim's like, yeah, I want $30,000. I only train 2 times a week. My English is all right. Yeah, your English is perfect.
Yeah, I learned with the people, like what that means, how to say this, how to say that, and then I just say, I repeat so much. Like, example, if I ask you how to say cell phone, and then you say cell phone, and then I be like cell phone a lot, and then until I figure it out, that's what I do. I try to repeat a lot. Like when I watch jiu-jitsu videos, I try to look how they speak, and then I repeat a lot, and then just keep it going like that. When my kids help me so much, like when I'm teaching class, I say, put the shoulder on your knee, and then they be, that's not a knee, it's a chin. And then I be like, oh, the chin. And then I repeat, and then I get it.
Yeah, that's how I learned Portuguese. That's awesome. But it is really dope to see that like the first interview had to be in Portuguese. Now we in 2022. You a gym owner. You're speaking English. So the second part, I guess we just dropped the news. It's like, I wanted to talk about how you started your gym. I also wanted to talk about how you were trying to get a documentary on Netflix, because you are about to beat my very own brother, 5-time world champion, Fernando Terede, who was supposed to have a movie coming up on the big screen. Nobody knows what's happening with that, but now you about to beat him out, coming and bringing jiu-jitsu potentially to Netflix, which is dope, which is hella dope. Congrats on that.
Thank you so much. I always always say this, for me, like everything what I see, I try to create my one. So I always had the dream to build everything in my life mine, not for the other brands and stuff. So I try to build everything mine. So with the shirts that you see, like I always like to make stuff for myself in the way that I want. I always be like, man, I go to Netflix to watch a movie with Abby, but have nothing there that I kind of be like, man, this is so amazing. And I always be like, man, I could to do better than that. And then I always had this thought. And then one day I match with Nathan. And then I was like, yeah, man, my goal is to make a movie one day of my life. I think I have so much to share with the world. And I believe that my history is going to inspire a lot of people, especially coming from where I come from, with all the details, which is impossible to put everything because I live so much. But with all the details that I can have to share, I believe we're going to help so much people to be better, to believe that in the situation that they are, they can overcome it. So I decided to make the music. I decided to make the movie. And the thing that I have different is just because wherever I want, I keep it going until I make it, I never stop until I make what I want.
Bring it back again. So first of all, like, Can you explain to people who is Nathan or Nathan who isn't Chonge? And then like you even like mentioned the music, and we didn't even touch on the music. And like, did he produce the music for you? Because Tim, do you know that he he came out with a song. He dropped bars before Rico dropped bars too. Yo, he's trying to come out with he's trying to come out with a movie before my brother. He dropped bars before Rico could drop bars. And if you don't know, Rico is a teammate of ours, The Flash, and he's always like, I got mad bars, y'all. I got mad bars, and he's making beats, but he ain't never dropped no songs or anything. Like,
it's on his SoundCloud, but he has a weird SoundCloud name, so it's hard to find. But I
Rico,
follow him.
you can't even find Rico's Instagram because he keeps changing his Instagram name, which is so annoying for like professional branding. It's like, yo, Rico, I know you and I can't find you on Instagram.
You're really good with the branding. Thalys, you're really good with the branding, because I looked on your Instagram, it's all tap, like everything, and it's just so uniform. Yeah. And your website, the copy, and you're saying you did all that as well?
Yeah, on the Instagram, all the social media, how to put there the emoji and the spell. My wife did. Abby did everything. What is about spell?
He said the spelling.
Yeah, it's spelling. She did, but creativity, emoji, videos, I did all that.
Yeah, wow. Man.
So this movie's the creation
part
of it.
He cooks too, because like many a time have I been like at a tournament, like trying to take pictures, and like IBJJF like feeds their people, but like not a lot, and like they won't give it to Flo, but like Thalys will come up with like spaghetti. Like he brings us some spaghetti. He comes prepared for everything. He's like, you want some spaghetti? It's like, damn, yes, I do. This man true. Got everything. I'm telling you, I feel like y'all need to hit him up in the DMs for like some like marketing, branding, social media stuff. Like he could run your social media. I'm really, we need somebody.
Basically, I always like since I was a little baby, my mom always working 3 jobs, so I always need to rise myself in the way that I whatever I want, I need to make it, you know. So like I be always left with that, like broke something, I go there and fix. Need to do something, I go there and do it. If I don't know, I ask my best friend Google or YouTube, and then they teach me, and then I do it. I can do whatever I want, you know.
My best friend Google a lot, but like that, a lot of people have. Not everybody can teach themselves things. Some people need somebody to teach them, and you have to kind of like give them some credit. But like, yo, those people need to find people to teach them. But it is really dope. Like, not a lot of people like you can do it. Like Eduardo Hockey, I've seen he can edit some amazing videos. Like, there's some people that can sit there on their phones. Like, and I need a computer to do it. I'll do it, but you need to give me a computer. I'm not doing it on my phone. No way.
Most of the time I do on my phone.
I know. I'm telling you, there are some Brazilians that can do some shit on their phones that it's like, I'm American, I'm bougie. Like if you turn right there, like I'm on my laptop, I have 2 more screens right there. I have a screen right there and I have a TV right there. Like I am not editing at a highlight on my phone, but I know you could. And I know there are some people like with your work ethic, and like, I just got off of masterclass with Meg K when we were talking about branding and trying to get sponsorship for athletes, and it's not easy. You need to know how to go out and approach companies and things like that.
I believe this one very big issues, but I always look for that part to. I think for you have a sponsorship, you need to be you need to kind of like, for you eat, you need to be hungry, and for you be sponsored, you need to be, I don't know which word I can use for that in English, but I think you need to work the people come to you, because if you just keep it going to people, this is not gonna be very well, you know. People need to see you with the marketing running, you with pictures, videos, like the stuff is running, because I don't see people going to the person who is like nobody, who's not doing nothing, who don't want to do nothing, who don't work with nothing, to sponsor them. The sponsors never gonna get them. They need to be running, they need to be working, they need to be creative, they need to be building for sponsors help them, I believe.
Correria. So the question that I have for you though, it's like, so you're looking at Netflix, you realize that you want to do something. You told me you touched out to Nathan, who is a producer that you know in Brazil, who has actually content of you from the lower belts and everything. But like the question that I want to know is like, So for somebody in jiu-jitsu that has a story to tell, like what's been the experience of like, what do you need to do to try to get something on Netflix? Because most people can't even get a gi sponsor, let alone think about like, oh, let's do a Netflix production. So what have you needed to do since you decided you wanted to be on Netflix?
I think there is one thing super simple, which is study, read, and looking for. If you really want, don't exist nothing that you cannot do it. Especially with the world that we live today, everything is easy. We just need to search. And basically, for you have stuffs on the Netflix, by example, they have one standards of material that they want to receive. The image need to be with this amount of quality. The history need to have begin, medium, the end. If you want to be a web series, you need to have how to progress more after the end that you put there, So basically, like, we are building we're gonna be 7 episodes. And then first we're building the first 7 episodes, and then we're gonna build the history with the begin, medium, and the end. But in this, the end cannot be the end of everything. You need to have space to grow much more for you be able to enter in Netflix. Need to be with never end, for you be able to progress in web series, not in a movie. So need to always give the have so much small details that make a big difference for they accept you. But basically, if you have a history that is not common, if you have a history that you have something unique, if you have a history that something that just you can do, or in the way that you did was like it's not normal to people do it, they're gonna check you. And then for the check, you need to build one whole material, give to them, and then if they like it, if they see a way to grow more, they're gonna buy it from you. And then they're gonna put made by Netflix, which was not, but will be.
It was made by me, but they put the name.
Some behind the scenes stuff. I had no idea that's how you get it done. I just thought they just made the movies themselves.
No, it's kind of like example, a market, Food Lion. They don't build that the milk have the tag from Food Lion. They just buy from a company that was smaller, and then they put their logo, The same for example, geese. The big companies, they buy the geese from Pakistan, which it's the same for everybody. So everybody. They just get that, put their logo, and then save it, But the material is the same for everybody.
So you're saying you're coming out with a gi brand as well?
I had this is not for now, but for a lot of.
But I like geese are from Pakistan. I know because I've been looking up producers and stuff like that. You already told me you got a heat press.
Yeah, I have the geese from my school. It's 100% personalized for my school. Have no patch from nobody beside Tap. I make my geese straight away in Pakistan. I make everything.
Oh, he already has geese. He's not coming out with geese. He already has geese. He has everything. I'm telling you, he's like a one-man mafia.
I have my one gi. I have my one bag. I have my one everything. I do everything what I want. I do myself.
So wait, that rash guard that you're wearing right now, did you acquire that from Pakistan yourself?
No, this shirt I bought without company brand, and then I get the cricket, and then I make the lion, spell Tapword class, go to the heat press, boom, made.
But where'd you buy the shirt? That's my question. Where'd you buy the shirt?
In the Target.
Oh, okay.
I love Target. I love Target. Target.
Target. It's Target. But right now, we try to be fancy. It's Target.
This one is just test, but I'm gonna get a pack of so much shirts for my school. And then I already have all the other company for the vinyls. I have the 2 prints, and then I'm gonna put somebody to work for me just making the shirts for my school and stuff like that.
That's really dope. So really dope. This man has everything. So all right, so we want to really highlight this Netflix in the last couple of questions I have to finish it up. So you got in touch with the producer. Did you study the requirements for getting on Netflix yourself, or was this in combination with the producer? Because most athletes, all they can do, like I said, you just hit that #1 ranking at brown belt. When did you hit that? I'm talking about like this was in like the last month.
2 weeks ago.
You hit the #1 ranking in brown belt while studying to figure out how to get something on Netflix while opening your own gym. That ain't normal.
No, it was not on the point when I opened my one school. It was on the point that I passed over 50 students in the school, because that was the most hard part than open the school.
Both of you are really cocky. Okay, okay, whatever. 50 students, your own school, same thing, same ballpark. It's still a lot.
That was crazy. I don't know. I just try to use all my hours for build, because I'm so young. I have so much to grow. I have so much to learn. So.
How old are you right now?
21.
21. No. Damn.
21 years old. Man, I can't imagine you at 30. You'll probably be president or something.
No Adderall. No Adderall. Damn. You're only 21.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, since you have all that going on at such a young age, how has running an academy and trying to get a movie on Netflix impacted your competing at a high level?
Basically, I try to connect the stuffs in the way that I always gonna be able to do what I want to do. And also, like, we have 24 hours in a day. Everybody have the same 24 hours. So I just try to maximize the maximums that I can. When I connect with Nathan for build the movie for my career of my life, I told to him, listen, I'm not gonna change nothing that I do on my day. You're gonna follow me and you're gonna get what you need to get. So basically, Nathan was here with me, recording everything what he think are gonna be perfect to put in the movie from my day, from my daily life. And then he was only one more person on my side, and I keep working, keep working normal. And then I build my schedule of my school. My school don't run normal however schools run. My school run only from Monday to Thursday. Don't have classes on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The reason of that is because I build my training at Lucas Lepre. It's 12 to 2 p.m. So I wake up 5 a.m. and then I come to tap, and then I clean it up, everything, make sure everything is ready for the 6 a.m. class. And then I have 6 a.m. class until 7. And then I roll with my students like 20 minutes probably. And then I go home, I eat breakfast, and then I run back to tap. And then I get here, do Bible study from 10 to 11. 11, I go to Lucas, and then I 1 hour, drive 1 hour to there, almost like 50 minutes probably. And then we drive 50 minutes to Lucas, and then we train there at Lucas from 12 to 2. And then 2, we drive back to here, arrive here at 3 p.m. And then I already shower at Lucas. I'll be already shower at Lucas. So we arrive here at 3 p.m. straight away to tap. And then we get the meal that she cook on the weekend. And then we lunch. And then at 3:40, we start the Little Champions. That is a kids class. And then after kids class, we have Beginners Champion. That is a 5-week program that I have for kids who never did martial arts before. So I have this program, Beginners Champions. After Beginners Champions, we have Champions program. That is my bigger kids. And then after that, I have adults class. And after that, we finish adults class. I go home, dinner, work a little bit, and then I sleep for the next day, do everything over and over again, Basically, it's like that.
Literally, oh my God. Tim, could you explain to the people, because he just be dropping shit in like long sequences. Tim, could you explain to the people who Lucas Lepre is?
Lucas Lepre is the greatest lightweight grappler of all time, in my opinion. I think he's top 5 all time. It always fluctuates, but I mean, as far as the lighter weights go, he's training with, I would say, he's like a lightweight Lionel Messi. Would you guys say? Thalys, would you say? He's like Messi. He's the Lionel Messi of jiu-jitsu.
Okay, so
for the lightweights.
basically, Tim asked him, how do you balance that? And then like Thalys talked for a while. If you zoned out, I'm just going to sum it up. He said, I have Lucas Lepre and God. He's like, I got Bible study, because he threw in Bible study and all of that training. Of all the people that are like, oh, I can't go to school because somebody's going to pass my guard, which I've heard that a lot. And I've wanted to slap a lot of people over that dumb excuse. Like, you just going to drop out of school? It's like you going to Bible study and doing all that. That's a lot. You just threw in a lot right there.
It's discipline, though. It's discipline.
He said, how do you balance that? I don't see any. That is balance. That's a lot of discipline. Like, you know, just.
I just think like, man, if I don't do, I'm not gonna be able to progress in life. So I need to do. And because for me, like my mom, she's in the same way, you know. I learned this from her. Like she wake up 8 a.m., eat, go to the work. She worked from 9 to 3 p.m. in a restaurant. And then she get out of there and go to another one. She drive motorcycle to another job, and she work from 5 to midnight. And then she go back home and sleep, arrive in the house like 1 a.m., wake up 8 and do the same thing the next day. So she working a lot in 3 jobs since I was probably like 4 years old. So I never saw my mom stop. I never saw my mom like, oh, I'm tired, I'm not gonna go today. So I always build up like that. And I need to work, because in America, man, if you do not work, you're not gonna survive. And in everywhere in life, you know. So I always work and try to build what I want, what I dream on top of everything, you know. And of course, like have God help so much, because sometimes, and then I'd be like, God, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go there and hold Lucas in front of me for 10 seconds. And then God help me, and then I be strong for go there and have courage. Because train with Lucas, it's kind of like, man, you put yourself in check every single second, you know.
Every single second, you don't even get a minute.
I think train with Lucas, to be honestly, it's like sharp your character.
Yeah.
Character. Train with Lucas is sharp your character, I believe.
It's a gut check. When you go against somebody like that, it's a whole new level.
Man, it's just something like not very natural for me, you know. Like he don't mistake in nothing. You're not gonna. I feel for me, I'm not gonna do nothing if he don't want to, and he don't mistake, and he's gonna submit you whenever he want. He's gonna do whatever he want. And for me, have him in my life change my whole life, like in athlete side, because he proved to me that you don't need to have 10 world champions on the mat for you to be able to be a champion if you train smart. He proved to me that, and that changed my whole life.
Yo, somebody take that. That's what we need as a quote. When I was telling you, quote that.
I believe it, man. I believe it.
That's dope.
My last question for you is, what are your goals as a competitor and as a gym owner?
Man, goals, I have a list of many of them, but for me, my main goal is achieve all the goals. I want to achieve everything what I dream. I believe if I had a dream, it's because God allowed me to have, and I can achieve that because he never gives a birth that we cannot carry on. So my goals as an athlete, it's be the best that I can be in the sport, in my division, especially. And I think I'm doing this already. Today, I'm the current #1 in the world in IBJJF. And you can never be #1 in the world just by being lazy, you know. So you need to always put a high amount of work there. And for me, learning from Lucas, from Murilo Santana, from Thaleson, Jonas, Paulo, João, like all the wonderful people that I had on my side, teaching me jiu-jitsu, how to fight, how to win. I believe you guys can say that too, like fight for fight, anybody can fight, but fight to win is different. So we know that exists this amount of difference there. I always, thanks God, I always get wonderful results in my performances, and I just want to go there and achieve whatever I want. For me, my goal number one in life is be able to set up a base that I never gonna lose it. So that is my main goal, set up a base that I'm not gonna lose it. Because example, before I was fighting every tournament every weekend, but I never had a bed, I never had a refrigerator to put food, I never had a shower to shower, So today I have it, and I never had a school in the way that I want. Today I have it. I never had a nutritionist. Today I have it. So I just want to build a base that will gonna provide me free access to achieve my dreams. That is my main goal, I believe. Build a base that will gonna give me free to achieve whatever I want, and this is what I built today.
That's wonderful. That's very inspiring. I feel inspired. Really, I do. It's amazing. And you're only 21. Wow.
You're gonna be a millionaire. And it's like, that's what I say. And it's like, you know what? Because I got beef with Tim. Because, not only did I find out, because, I do favela jiu-jitsu. If you want to hear more stories like Thalys, like I'm saying, I interviewed him back in the day. You can see those interviews on the Favela Jiu-Jitsu YouTube channel. And I've been writing stories about people like him, like the Gomez brothers. Yo, not only were they on Who's Next, you picked him first for your team and didn't tell me he was on there.
I was contractually obligated not to say anything. I can't say anything.
What? Contractually obligated, yeah. So we couldn't talk about it on air, but you could have told me personally.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway,
it makes the most sense.
Favela on top. Like, you go to IBJJF, you see Jansen Gomez, you see Gabby Pisagna, you about to go to Netflix, you about to see Thalys Pontes. Yo, Favela Jiu-Jitsu, the brand is strong. It's about to be on Netflix. It's tapped. Are you in South or North Carolina? Where is that place? The Carolinas confuse me. Where is your academy? Because your academy is dope. Because some people that are stuck with this alt-right jiu-jitsu atmosphere are looking for places. So where exactly are you? Where is your academy?
I'm in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Rock Hill, South Carolina. So you have an amazing kids program. He is amazing at social media. So if you want to peep the gym, see who the instructors are, because you got to know where you're putting your kids in, go check it out. It is, drop the Instagram. It's Tap World Jiu-Jitsu. I should know. Because you tag me and everything. Like, yo, your marketing is on point. Like, you send, like, you'll hit me up on Instagram. You'll hit me up on WhatsApp. Like, you know how to market. Like, people need to know how to market. Like, damn, I thought you hired somebody.
Just for we don't lost the opportunity, I just got 1 month ago, I got the best youth team from Charlotte here in the South Carolina, North Carolina. We got the best youth team from here.
Hey,
you killing it. You killing it.
Man, a big trophy. I always want to have that trophy, That was beautiful.
You and Tim, you guys are gonna be good friends. I can tell. Like, y'all. He's like, I got this big trophy. It's like, really? I got this big check.
Trophy.
No, and doing amazing things. Both of you are doing amazing things. So is there anything else you'd like to plug, Thalys, before we get out of here?
Oh, perfect. Just would like to say thank you very much. It was a wonderful experience for me to be here with you guys, talking a little bit about me, talking a little bit of the stuff that I already did and what I'm looking forward to do. Was a big honor for me to be here with Tim, and just wish all the best for you guys. Thank you very much for always look up for me, Nico. Love you so much. You already know that. And God bless we all for everything what we are doing. I'm always like that, looking forward to build so much, and just thank you so much for recognizing all the time whatever I'm doing. God bless you so much, Nico.
All right, that's what's up. Make sure to go to Instagram, follow me at No New Nico. I will definitely be posting all about the Netflix special when it comes out, because this is definitely going to happen. And go to favelajujitsu.com for more interviews, like when Thalys couldn't speak English. We got some written stories about stuff like that. And we also have all of our official BJJ Goons merch there.
You can
Yeah.
find me. Oh, I'm sorry. You can find me at Tim Spriggs BJJ on Instagram or Facebook, or you can go to timspriggsbjj.com for a private lesson, either in person or virtually. I will create your game plan for you. I critique your matches, or if you're a school owner, you can hit me up there to book a seminar. On behalf of Thalys and Nico, this has been the BJJ Goons podcast. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Jeez.